Film critic Lisa Nesselson is with me in the studio. Hi, Lisa.
Hello, Olivia.
Well, we're starting with a film that looks forward some 30 years, Blade Runner 2049. This was directed by Denis Villeneuve. It comes 35 years after Ridley Scott first brought Philip K. Dick's science fiction novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep to the big screen in the first Blade Runner. Was it worth the wait?
Well, it's set in California in 2049 when nobody has guns. Oh, that really would be science fiction, wouldn't it? It's America. Of course everybody has guns. As for whether it was worth the wait, that's a legitimate but kind of tough question. In 1982, the film was not an immediate commercial success, but it became obvious that you had to have seen it to be part of the pop culture conversation.
It was cultish.
Absolutely. And Blade Runner, that entered the vocabulary. It's a sci-fi masterpiece, in my humble opinion, and the visual style then, and pretty much now, was jaw-dropping. And there was no question what it was about. It was about whether machines should do our bidding, essentially as slaves, and what happens when robots develop feelings and even survival instincts. The original Blade Runner made you think. So the sequel is a beautiful but exhausting to watch object that makes me think I'm glad I saw it, but I'm a little more reluctant to tell absolutely everyone you must rush out and see it right now if you're not already interested. Harrison Ford starred in the original as a guy who hunts down replicates and retires them. That's a euphemism for being a bounty hunter who kills robots. That's a Blade Runner. Sounds cool. Is cool. Harrison Ford is in this one too. And, we're kind of lucky to have him. First for the new Star Wars and now this. But this time the central Blade Runner, whose name is Kay and works for the LAPD of the future, is played by Ryan Gosling. He tracks down an early generation replicant who's been hiding out for roughly 30 years. Kay finds a date carved into the base of a tree, suddenly is afflicted with childhood memories that may or may not have been implanted there. And then he either gets better or worse at his job, depending on how you feel about whether the philosophy live and let live should actually be applied to renegade artificial intelligence. Let's take a look at a day in Kay's rather dimly lit existence.
What show do you have in mind? Because I got all kinds. No.
I'm not buying.
No. This is just my game, and I play it fair. No. I mean, bigger than you. Bigger than you were trying to shut me down. Bigger than you, and they were men at that.
Like you say, quite moody and very well lit. So perhaps it's stronger on the visual side than the emotional side?
Well, you could call this Replicant Lives Matter. There is a strongish emotional current at work, but I'm not sure it'll make much sense to a viewer who's unfamiliar with the original. Of course, if you walk down a corridor in the Paris metro today, you're in an environment that Blade Runner really anticipated of screens, and more screens, she says from a screen. If you like staring at Ryan Gosling, which probably describes tens of millions of people, this may not seem overly long. The musical score is excellent, but it's designed to make you anxious, and so it's kind of punishing to endure for 2 hours and 43 minutes.
So indeed, a little bit dystopian.